Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo. Recording. I'm inexplicably being being attacked by my allergies today. So I took an allergy pill. I might be a little I'm more baritone today, but I'm also more nasally. So talked to a new client yesterday evening before leaving work, and she brought up a point that I thought was a really good thing for you to know if you've been hurt at work, so I thought I would share it with you. So her situation is that she got hurt at work. She was breaking up ice in a big ice machine and felt something pop in her arm or in her shoulder, and now she can't raise her arm up, and that usually means a problem with the rotator cuff. So could be partial tear, could be serious tear, could be surgery case, could just be therapy. But no matter how serious it is, that's not really her question. Her question is, look, can I sue them or can I do something about the harassment? Because as soon as I reported the work injury, my supervisor's attitude changed towards me, everybody at the office's attitude changed towards me, and now they're treating me like I'm a jerk. They're, being very aggressively negative towards me. One of them made a really rude and hurtful comment, and she can just tell everybody's treating her differently at work. So here's what I told her. It wasn't really, and here's the answer to the question, right? So if somebody, if we have a workers' comp case filed and they fire you, or if there's harassment involving racial discrimination, sexual, gender discrimination, you're a woman and you work with a bunch of men and now they treat you bad, or if it's racial, or if it's even, sexual orientation or anything like that, those are things we can file a lawsuit. It's against federal discrimination laws to discriminate on somebody on that basis, right? But there's also something called retaliatory discharge, which means you get fired for filing a workers' comp claim, right? So that sounds great, right? So if they fire you and push you out of the company for filing a workers' comp claim, that sounds pretty good. Like, then we can sue them, right? And we can hold them to account for their bad behavior. But the bad news is it's actually really hard to sue for a retaliatory discharge. We need clear proof, either from one or more witnesses or a document, basically saying that we're getting rid of this guy because he likes to file workers' comp, or we're getting rid of this woman because she filed a workers' comp claim. And that's pretty rare, because most companies know that they're not allowed to explicitly do that, but then what they do is they do it anyway, and they come up with some pretext for firing you. So, for example, they control your employment files, so what they'll do is they'll put 5 or 6, disciplinary slips in there that you've been late 5 times or 6 times, and they had to let you go, right? I've had cases where I strongly suspected that the company was just making up a reason to let somebody go. But the problem is, to prove a retaliatory discharge case, you actually have to have evidence that links the exact reason why you were fired to you filing a workers' comp claim, and that's really hard to do, right? Because a company can, and even if you prove that, the company then has the right to present evidence that there was some other reason. And if there's some other reason, the judge might throw your retaliatory discharge case right out of court. So as a result, lawyers who handle retaliatory discharge cases look at them very carefully to make sure they think they can prove them. And, that still doesn't mean that you file the case and the other side can still come up with some nonsense evidence, right? So my point is, it sounds good, but it's actually pretty difficult. So what I told this lady is that she should focus on getting better, and if the abuse and the harassment and the bad treatment continues, she should get out of there and find a different job. You shouldn't be treated like that. And if the harassment and the bad treatment reaches a certain level, then we definitely can sue on it. But if they're just giving you a little bit of a hard time, that's not something we can sue over. We would be better, better that we get you your medical care, make sure if you're off work you're getting paid, and make sure that you get a lump sum of money at the end of the case that fairly pays you for, the injury you sustained while you were on the job. So, may not be the answer some people were looking for, but it's really the truth, and that's what I, actually tell my clients. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.